Introduction to social problems. So the meaning of social problems: any issue which affect the larger people or the number of people feel fear, feel some kind of problem, that is social problems. Social problems, it is interconnected. One problem connected with other problem, like this, like a chain reactions. So that is, we are not able to solve the issue, and we have number of reasons for social problems, like economic reason, psychological reason, geographical or physical climate reason, political reason, biological reason, and like this we have the number of reasons are there for the social problems. Social problems also, we can able to, we have other reactions of social problems. Some people have the different types of attitude against the social problems. Some people are not giving any concern, they not take it as serious, they not worry about that, they will do their routine work. So the attitude of unconcern also one of the reaction of social problems. And the attitude of fatalism, people are thinking of like a fate, you're not able to change the things, so they're not able to spend time, they're not able to give the solution for the problem, so they will take it as it is, like a karma of the last generation, like they will take something. So that type of reactions also there against social problems. And absence of expert knowledge, the expert knowledge not sharing the information, they not discuss with others, it also reason for the social problems. Okay, so that's some basic introduction. And we have the stage of development and stage of end of the social problems, like it develop and after planning making and implementing the policy, like this we have the three different stage through start and end of the social problems. So these are the things we discussed from our last class. In continue with next one, from our second unit, the first title, the first issue, poverty. Okay, we have two different issue in our second unit, that is uh, economic problems. First one poverty, next one unemployment. Okay, so all of you can see the PPT, right? Poverty. Anybody? Ojas?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
able to see? Okay.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you able to see the PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So poverty is the first social. We have number of economic problems like poverty, unemployment, faulty economic policy, or the lack of capital investment. That is, we have number of economic problems there. So we're not able to read all. So we have only two. That is poverty and unemployment. Let us discuss the poverty. Okay, so poverty is the serious issue. Poverty will affect the most of the people. Like it like related to the economic, socio-economic problems of the India. Not only India, like a number of countries facing the issue of poverty. Like underdeveloped countries, developing countries, even the developed countries also facing the poverty. Like there also beggars are there, beggary is there, but the type of the limit of the income or the type of lifestyle different from the one place to other place. Poverty will affect number of things, like it will like not only economic social problems and also like emotional problems, culturally and the political nature also will affect because of poverty. Because when you not have money, you're not able to spend anything, that time emotionally feel people feel problem, they not feel happy, they not feel comfortable without proper enough money. So economic things also will develop, economic problems also will develop because of poverty. Even culturally also, if you have enough money only you can spend anything, you can enjoy the cultural activity, like any festivals, any rituals is there, you can spend, you can enjoy the cultural. But if you doesn't have money, you're not able to enjoy the cultural, you're not able to enjoy the festivals also. So culturally also people are feeling the problem because of poverty. And economic, political nature also. So politically government also not able to do anything better, government also feels a problem because of poverty. Like this, poverty not only the individual or the family issue, not only the one particular people, it affect the emotionally, culturally, and even government also will affect because of poverty. And poverty is the development taking place in the land of past 7 decades. we are doing number of steps to control the poverty, but we're not able to do. Like after independence, government of India making a number of new policy, new programs to stop the poverty, but not able to do because we are not. It's like interconnected. As I told you, it's like every problems are interconnected. It's like a chain reactions, and also the poverty as the main number of reasons are there. We are not able to predict. We are not able to solve only one issue for poverty. So there has been a root causes of many issue behind the poverty, like population exploitation, unemployment is there, and also child labor demand, child labor expectation is there, and also the economic policy, political instability, like climate change, and also there is number of agricultural tools is not there, agricultural productivity is not that much enough, there is no foreign capital investment. Like this, we have number of reasons is there for the poverty. So that are also reasons we are able to solve the poverty for last 7 decades. So this is the basic of what will be poverty. Poverty is a situation which arises the feeling of two different way, that is the have and have not, like a has and one should have. These are the things we consider as the poverty. One have money, one doesn't have money, that type of feelings. And also poverty we can able to identify by following 5 different types explained by Henry. That is lack of livelihood strategies, when there is no proper livelihood things in the particular place with the people, they consider as the poverty or they consider as the poor. And inaccessibility to reduce to resource like a money, land, credit is not there, it is considered as the poverty. There is no proper own house, there is no own car, there is no own kind of jewels like this. So it differs from one place to other place. So inaccessibility to the resources. In America, there is no car, it is considered poverty. In India, there is no cycle, it is considered poverty. So something different is there. So money, land, credit, when it not there enough at the particular level, it considered as a poverty. And feeling of insecurity as well as the frustrations, always the tension, depression, not feel comfortable, so they not feel happy. That type of feelings also, if anybody have, it also one of the poverty. Because of lack of money only, the individual may have the insecurity feelings, and individual may have the frustrations, all those things. So feeling of insecurity, frustration also we can take as the poverty indicator. And also inability to maintain the social relationship with others, like they not feel comfortable behave with others because they're not able to wear like a expected way of dresses, costume, or way of lifestyle kind of thing. They're not able to maintain with others, like with your neighbors, with your relatives also. Whatever they're doing, if you're not able to do, you're not able to maintain your status with others, not able to develop a relationship with others, it also considered as the poverty. So these are the things. So number of people have different type of identifications or the dimensions to measure, to define the poverty. Okay, we have other definitions also by number of sociologists or economists have different type of idea for the poverty. Gillian said poverty is the inadequate income or unwise expenditure, does not maintain the scale of living. Okay, so when they not have proper enough money, like inadequate income, not able to do anything, whatever they earning, whatever they got from the daily wages or the monthly wage or the monthly salary or the weekly wage also, not able to do whatever they want, or they're not able to buy whatever they want. That type of things when they're having, it considers the poverty. And man has considered the rich or poor according to the degree of which he afford, which he have. It also we can able to measure or maintain the also indicator for the poverty, like he enjoying the necessities, convenience, amusement way of life. It also we can able to measure, like when the person is going cinema, when the person is going like a picnic, outing, traveling by flight, like this. What are the things he can afford, he can use, he can buy, he can keep. It also we can able to, it also help to measure for the dimensions of poverty. And Goddard explained poverty means it is insufficient supply of those things which are the maintain the normal way of life, like a basic things also you're not able to fulfill, means it considers as a poverty. Mostly we have the common definition. Poverty means when the person not able to fulfill the basic needs like food, shelter, and dress. When the person not able to do these things in his life, then he under the poverty. He facing the he considers the poor. Like this, we have one definition. So these are the basic definitions to identify the name of or the concept of poverty. Mostly we have the number of types of poverty is there, but these are the important types: absolute poverty and relative poverty. Like we have the two different types. Absolute poverty means the kind of real poverty they have. They are the really with the poor condition. They can't able to buy anything. That is absolute real poverty. That is the one type of poverty. Like there is no that the person doesn't have money to buy the food, or he not be in the proper shelter, like living in the platform, or always he expect he have only less money, or he not have money to the next food or next day food like this. So basic things also not able to fulfill. That is the absolute poverty. Those are living in the platform or slums, or those are living in the proper or improper shelter, or they are need money, they are asking money from others like beggars. So the people are come under the absolute poverty. Next one, relative poverty. Relative poverty means they not they have money, but they like comparatively they are poverty. That is the relative poverty. When you compare yourself with the others, like when you compare with yourself and your neighbors or your relatives, or when we compare ourselves with Ambani or Adani, mostly we are poor only. That kind of things. When you compare with others, like you can't able to do like others. Others can do, others can buy, others can have the sufficient happy life, which you can't able to buy because of your economic lifestyle, your bank balance, your way of life is different. So that type of depression, that type of insecurity feelings some people may have because of you are not able to spend like others. If you have that type of feelings, it's also a type of poverty, but considered as the relative poverty or comparative type of poverty. Let's we have the two different types: absolute poverty and relative poverty. These are the type of poverty. And poverty line. So poverty line we can measure by different category. Government of India measuring the poverty based on the daily wages and based on the calories. Only two important things our government taking to measure the poverty. They have other indicators also, but mainly they take these two dimensions to measure the poverty. First one, calories. How much calories the individual taking in rural and urban place. Depend upon that we can measure the poverty. Like in rural place means the individual has to take at least 2,400 calories per day. In urban place, individual has to take 2,100 calories per day. If anybody taking less than this category, then they consider as the poverty. Like in rural, if they're not able to get 2,400 calories per day, they are taking less than this, then they consider as the poor, or they come under the poverty. In urban place, they have to take 2,100 calories. If they're not able to take, then they consider as the poor. They come under the poverty. That is the thing. Next one, poverty line we can measure based on the wage, how much they are earning per day. It also one type of dimensions or measurement to decide the poverty line. In rural, the individual has to earn at least 32 rupees per day. If everybody earning less than 32 rupees, then only the people come under the poverty. Like the same in the urban, the individual has to earn at least 47 rupees per day. If anybody not able to earn 47 rupees in urban, then only the person come under the poverty line. But it looks like fun only, but we can see how the individual earning only 32 rupees or 47 rupees. People can earn more than this. Like if you go 1 day wage or 1 day manual labor also, we can get like in the construction worker, any things you go, you can get more than 500 rupees. Not even the 47 rupees. But our government statistics, like compared to all the states, and they measure, these are the wage for the poverty line to measure the poverty line. So the current poverty line is at least the individual has to earn $14 per month, and urban it is $17 per month. So this is the poverty line which we can measure the people about above poverty line or below poverty line based on that. The expert committee, like we have number of committee studied and they recommended the poverty line measurement, like Rangarajan committee, Tenelakur committee, like this we have number of committee studied and recommended. So recently we have the Rangarajan committee, the earlier former commissioner chairman of Reserve Bank of India, that is Rangarajan. So like this, so hereby in 2014, 4 and 5, General Committee, recently this Rangarajan committee like this. So we have this history about how the poverty line or the poverty dimensions created by the government. Okay. And measurement of poverty, some governments are doing some other different things also, like malnutrition. If anybody not able to get proper nutritious food, it considers the poverty. And low consumption of expenditure, they're not able to spend a lot. Low income, they're not able to get proper income, or the monthly incomes are very less, annual incomes are very less. So we also can get the OBC criminal layer kind of category. Like this income certificate we can get from the government side like this. So if anybody have less than the particular income, then they come under the poverty. And chronic illness, anybody in family they have the chronic illness or poor health conditions also, they will take to measure the poverty. Illiteracy, or how many people are illiteracy, or the breadwinner of the family is the illiteracy means they will take to measure the poverty. Unemployment, underemployment, unsanitary housing conditions. So unsanitary housing condition means mostly those who are living in the slums, those who are living in the unsanitary housing condition means they can get the below poverty line only. They will consider as the below poverty line. Even we have type of ration card is there, different colors of ration card, a different category of ration card is there, like a red color ration card, yellow color ration card, or the ration card for rice, ration card for sugar, like this. We have the different categories there. Okay, mostly the unsanitary places like a slums or the some type of housing board category people, those who are living in the particular place, they may get the below poverty line, because the living place also they will take to measure the poverty. And low level of income, low per capita income, high disparity distribution, weak difference. So these things also government will take will measure the poverty. I mean other measurement also, like absence of full-time wages in the household women, household where men above 60 years of age, household heads by female, household which more than 6 children or less than 18 years of age, household who heads whose heads living in the daily wages, or household whose members have less than the primary education, household with members without work experiences, household having more members only the part-time laborers. So these things also they will consider, will measure the poverty. Based on this measurement, based on this all use of information only, government will decide whether the person is come under the above poverty line or below poverty line. So below poverty line, people can get number of ration facility. Government of India also giving number of policy, like getting the loan, getting some subsidy, getting some kind of other benefits from the government side. Those who are come under the below poverty line. And above poverty line also, they can get some other benefits to develop the lifestyle. Like this, we have number of measurements to decide the poverty line. Okay. Causes. So why there is a poverty in India? We have number of causes, like individual causes, economic causes, social causes, family, demographic causes, political causes, and biological causes. So we have a number of causes there for poverty. So we'll discuss one by one. First one, individual causes. That is a personal. The individual, the person is responsible for the poverty. Every individual is responsible for the poverty. The first, how the individual is responsible? First one, physical weakness or any sickness. So by birth, by accident, if anybody have the physical weakness like a disability or the defect for physical things, or some kind of sickness, chronic illness, not able to cure, we have to take the medicine for that. That type of physical or the individual reasons for the poverty. And mental illness, some people have doesn't have proper mental stability, mental diseases like short temper, or not short temper is not a reason, it's not a problem, but suddenly you get the temper, not able to control the anger. Okay, that type of individual reasons also poverty. Because when he joined the company, when you want to earn something, we have to control our anger, we have to be in the proper mindset. Like unnecessarily you are tension, unnecessarily you are shouting, unnecessarily you are behave different way, they're not able to get the job. So mental disease is also a reason for the poverty. Accidents, by accidents some people may lose their important organs like a leg or arms, may get damaged, may lose by accidents like a traffic road accident, some other way also. So after accidents the person not able to work, not able to get the job also. So after accidents, bed return, or we have to spend lot for the treatment. So small accidents also will affect the family. The family will face the poverty, particularly the breadwinner. Head of the family, if face accidents means the entire family will face the suffer. Okay, so that is personal reason. After the accident, the individual also will face problem because of poverty. The poverty will come by the accidents. And illiteracy, the individual not have proper literate or proper education things means, that also reason for the poverty. Because with the education he can get the job wherever we go. Now at least they expect the 10th or +2 or the degree level, then only we can get the job. But the individual not completed the education, the individual not completed the school education means not able to get the job. Idleness, sufficient, the person very ideal, he not interested to work, he not interested to job. Like number of rural places, some other places also, some people are very idleness, they're not interested to work daily, they're not interested to work continuously, they not put their hard work, they want easy money, they want the easy way of lifestyle. That type of mindset also reason for the poverty. And extra spending attitude, some people used to spend a lot, like there is no enough income, but they used to spend a lot for the happiness, for the fun, for the enjoyment, all those things. Like whatever they earning, they used to spend within the 10 to 3 days, they have to spend the money. That type of attitudes also, that is individual reason for the poverty. We have to save for our future, we have to save for our next time also. But extra spending attitudes, overspending attitude also individual reasons for the poverty. And demoralization, like a wrong behavior, wrong peer pressure, negative peer pressure. When you have the bad friends, when you have the bad habits, that time you have to spend money for that type of attitude, activities. It also leads to the poverty, like alcoholism, prostitution, gambling, some other drugs. These are the way of demoral behavior also reason for the poverty. A large in size, when you have the big family, you have to provide, you have to fulfill all the people needs, now leads to the poverty. So these are the individual reasons, every individual reason of poverty because of these are the things. Next one, economic reasons, economic factors for poverty. From the first one, agriculture. When there is no proper agricultural system, so people are not follow the modern agricultural techniques. Even till now, some farmers following the traditional method of cultivation. They not use the tractors, they not use any type of kind of urea or some other pesticides kind of things. When you use the traditional way of agricultural, it not produce more, you're not able to produce more from that traditional way of agricultural. So even some people not interested or not, they're not aware about the modern technology like tractors, some other way of technology. Without enough water also we can able to do the agricultural. The techniques people may not aware, so it also leads to the poverty. That is come under the agriculture related problem for poverty, that is come under the economic. An unequal distribution of land, unequal distribution of the resources. Some government not spending or not equally distributing the resources. Only the like state and central government also. The state government may spend only in the capital, or they may spend only in their own area. Only ministers constituency, minister districts only have all the benefits. The other MLA not have enough services or enough facility. So that type of unequal distribution, like central government also sometimes spend more to the ruling party states, they not give that importance to the opposite party or other party states. That type of things when it happen, it also leads to the poverty. We have to distribute the resources or land, other things equally to all people, then we can able to eradicate the poverty. And economic depression, so unexpected economic depressions. So recently we are facing economic depression, like before COVID or during COVID also, number of companies not running properly, people not buy, there is no demand from the people. There is even nowadays we stop the supply also. Like this, economic depression may happen anytime to any state. So that also a reason for the poverty. And unproductive land, where number of land is there, but it not have proper cultivate. Like when you travel by train, when you travel by other mode of transport also, we can see number of land is there without any proper cultivation. Simply they keep it as it is. So when we identify, when we cultivate any type of agricultural things in all land, then we can able to stop the poverty. But unproductive land also reason for the poverty. And unwise economic policy, like there is no proper economic system, economic policy. Now our Prime Minister Modi introducing the Atma Abhiyan Bharat, something I forgot the name. Okay, Make in India, and we are to self-depend country. We have to produce the things in India. We no need to depend other country. Like this, newly we are making some policy. Okay, even the globalization also we accepted, we signed the 1990s time. So depend upon the time, we have to change the economic policy. We need the good economic policy. Good economic policy only will help to control us or to eradicate the poverty. But there is no unwise economic, there is no wise economic policy, then it leads to the poverty only. So it also economic reasons for poverty and inadequate economic development. So in all states, there is no enough or equal development. One state's only developing more, other states not developed means that leads to the poverty. So inadequate economic development from the government side, from the state government side, also reason for the poverty. And increasing unemployment, capital deficiency, the company is not start any business, like the Indian company or foreign company also not interested to start a business because of after COVID, during COVID time, you know very well. So company not interested to start a business because there is no job opportunity, there is no labor, there is no demand by the people. So people may not start the company, and there is enough capital also to start to invest in the business. So it also leads number of poverty from the state. And human capital deficiency, you know very well, after the COVID, number of migrant laborers, they went to their own native, they went to the native place. So now the companies are need the human because they went to their own native. Now there is no human capital in number of state governments facing problems. They're not able to produce, they're not able to run the company, they're not able to produce more because of lack of human capital. And other human capital things also like lack of skills. So we have number of engineers. Every year we produce number of engineers, but engineers doesn't have the proper skill or proper talent. So without this type of proper skill or lack of skill, also reason for the poverty. If everybody have the enough skill, everybody have the talent, every college or school produce good human means we are able to control the poverty. So these are the economic related reasons why we have the poverty from our society. These are the economic factors. Next one, social factors, social reasons like joint family system, caste system, religious belief. These are the social factors. From the first one, joint family system. Joint family system means when there is the huge members are there in the family. Like when there is joint family, people have enough number of people are there. So only the few people only used to work, like head of the family, or some people only used to work. they used to take care of the land, they used to take care of the company, but number of people are simply sitting, simply spending, simply using others' money. So that type of attitudes also poverty will develop. And other reasons, like in joint family system, people used to produce more children because they not fear about to take care of the children. Somebody will take care of the child. Number of people are there. Somebody will take care of the any child like this. So that type of attitudes also may produce more children. Again, the family size will increase. It leads to the poverty. So that is the joint family reason for poverty. And caste system in our India, there is the caste discrimination. Okay, so some job based on the caste only, caste based occupation. You cannot do different occupation other than your caste. Some caste people have to do the particular job only. Like this, we have the restriction. Until now, in rural place, we have the caste based occupations, like in shoemaking, like a kind of or a barber, or kind of iron making. Some type of job is there, like cleaners or those who are washing the clothes. Some occupation based on the caste system only. So if anybody want to leave the job and they want to take new job, means our rural people may not allow. So there is number of restrictions to do job in other than your caste, other than your traditional occupation. Okay, so that is the thing. So caste system also have number of restrictions for the occupation. So if they have enough income, or if they have a profit or not, they have to do the particular job only. Even if there is no enough income, there is no profit, you're not able to change your job. You have to do the job continuously, and all family members has to do the particular job alone, particular job only. That is, we have the restrictions. Okay, so that is of restrictions also reason for the poverty. And religious belief means people have the kind of karma theory, like a fatalism attitudes also. So they decide this is the fate by the god, this is the karma which I made in the last generation, so now I'm facing so and so things, I couldn't able to change it, so I have to follow the way of life, I have to face, I have to uh, uh, accept all the things like this, that take it as it is. So if you are changing, then God will, it's like a sinful. God may not allow to change the things, change your position, change something. That type of ignorant, illiterate people have this type of attitudes. Also reason for the poverty. And faulty educational system, like in society, we have the educational type of education. You know very well, in Indian education system introduced by the Macaulay. So we are till now we are using the Macaulay education system. But Macaulay education system is not good, it's not enough for the present time. So that education system we introduced, we made last few years, few decades ago. We have to change the educational system. Like that is only our Prime Minister Modi introducing the new education policy. So when the new education policy is there, then something will change. Some change we have to do in the education system. Like in a VIT, we have the number of educational changes. Like we have the Cal course, J component, all those things. When you do the course, we have the project also. Every course we have to do some project. While doing a course with the project, we can learn the idea, we can learn the concept easily. But only theoretical way of education may not help to understand the subject. So we need a project-based education also. That type of things we can make. Even that kind of some education system we have to change. Education type policy we have to change. But there is a old education system. That is also reason for the poverty. And absence of training in a home service, we not get proper training from our parents. Okay, for example, I don't know how many of you have experience about the family budget or monthly budget. Only our parents only making all the family budget, monthly budget, all those things. They don't discuss with their childrens. But when the children's getting married, they start the new life. They are not aware about the budget. They have to learn it independent. They have to learn by self. So that time they may make some mistake. That time only they will have the overspending, extra spending. They're not habit to save the money. That type of problems are coming. So in the childhood, from the family, from childhood itself, parents actually give the training about home service, like how to save the money, how to invest, where to invest, like a bank, share market, gold, real estate. That type of idea we have to develop from the family. Every children has to learn from the parents. When they have this type of proper training from the parents, then they may have the habits when they have a new life. So it also will help to control the poverty, but we don't have the properly from the parents, so we may have the poverty way of lifestyle. Evil customs, evil traditions like a dowry, some other way of things also we have to spend lot for so and so things, like marriage we have to spend lot, dowry we have to spend lot, like in the ear pitching or a housewarming. Some one rituals means we have to spend lot for each and every rituals. That type of evil customs also, traditions also, reason people used to spend lot, so they also fall under the poverty line. Okay, so these are the number of social factors. Social reason is there for the poverty, and also sufficient provision of medical aid and war also. And next one, demographic factors. So demographic factors, that is the unfavorable climate or the absence of natural resources and natural calamity, like unexpected rain or expected time there is no rain, or a cyclone or the tsunami or the earthquakes. So these things happen anytime. We are able to predict. So unfavorable climate change or weather change, it also reason for the poverty. And also the natural resources, like there is no proper minerals, proper sufficient proper water, proper land. That type of problem when it happen in demographic in the land, it also leads to the poverty. This is the demographic factors. And political factors, like a political change, political instability, like any war, like when there is symptoms of India and China war, that time some political disability, political imbalance, political kind of insecurity, that things will happen. But also when there is the government change in every 5 years, so routine changes is there means it also leads to the poverty. So we need a permanent leader for the some time, some years. Then only they can able to do the policy. They can able to make the wise. They can able to development. Okay, every 5 years government change means then new leaders will come. They are able to maintain the idea. They are able to keep the same attitudes to develop the nation. Like you know very well, recently in Russia they are planning to continue the Putin for after few years also. The attitude, the thing is going. Okay, and some other you like China, same North Korea kind of things. So we need some leader for number of years. Then only the leader vision we can able to get. Then only the leader can develop the nation. But every 5 year, every 2 year, the leader getting change means then we can able to develop the nation. It is problem. Okay, like in America also there is the things only 2 time only anyone can become a president. After that its routine should change. That type of thing is there. But when the routine change, then the third person, the other person may have the different idea, different attitudes. Again, whatever he deduced in the last time, he going to close everything. You will introduce the new one. Again, we have to spend. Again, we have to change the entire policy making, entire relationship. Kind of problem will come. So political game, political instability also reason for the poverty, and biological factors, overproduction, population, power, or a decrease in the death rate, increase the birth rate, kind of things. Where the biologically, when it produce more, when it happen in more level, it also leads to the poverty. So like this, we have the number of reasons, number of causes is there from the society for the poverty. There is social causes, economic causes, political causes, geographical causes, economic, individual causes. Like this, we have the number of causes is there for the poverty. Okay, so this is the things. So next one, rural poverty. Okay, so when we discuss the poverty, we have to know about the rural poverty, because rural poverty is the main important one in our society. Because all of you know that in our India, more than or nearly 70% of the people are living in the rural only. When we eradicate poverty from the rural, then only we can able to eradicate the poverty from our India. So if you not eradicate the poverty from the rural, then we can able to eradicate the poverty from our India. So we have to focus the rural poverty first, then only we can able to eradicate the poverty. Okay, so rural poverty, and it is shows that poverty is much higher in the village, and also you know very well 70% people are being in the rural, but we are getting the national income only 20% from the rural. Okay, so from this you understand how much there is a production, how much there is a cultivation, or how it helping for the income source, all those things. Okay, so 70% of the people are there in the rural, but we can get only 20% of the income for the nation. Okay, there you can able to, then you can able to understand how it is. This is a chart to identify the uh, GDP support. Okay, agriculture is red color, industry is the green color, service sector is the blue color. In 1950, we have more than 50% of the national income from the agriculture, from the rural. From the rural background only, we can get more income, because that time people have the more money, they have the good economic life, they have the more profit in the agricultural things also. But now slowly the things get decreased. The agricultural sector supporting for GDP getting decreased. Now it is less than 20% of the income only we are getting from the agriculture. Other percentage we are getting from the service as well as the industry sector. So from this you understand 70% of people are there, but there is no enough income for the GDP. Means there is no proper cultivation, there is no proper income, there is no proper way of lifestyle from the rural. So rural people are facing the poor or the poverty. Okay, so rural poverty causes, a number of causes for the rural poverty, like inadequate or ineffective implementation of anti-poverty programs, did not reach the rural sector, rural places properly, because like when whatever the government of India doing, we can it can reach only the urban places, it can reach only the semi-urban place only. The remote area people may not aware about the new policy, new programs from the government side. So it not reach the rural, so there is a poverty in the rural. And the low percentage of population engaged in the non-agricultural occupation. Number of people like 70 or 80% of people are doing only the agricultural occupations only. So whatever they're getting from that, they have to follow only the occupation only. So it also reason for the rural poverty. And non-availability of the irrigation facilities, low agricultural productivity, non-availability of electricity, spending large for the social ceremonies, death, marriage. That is, they, you know, in the rural they have to spend lot for the religious festivals, like any temple or the church or mosque, whatever things. They have to spend lot for God. Okay, like that type of attitudes from the rural also reason for the rural poverty. And poor livelihoods and imperfect and the exploitation of the credit market. That is the credit system also not good in the rural places. So we have the financier in rural places. He used to collect the huge interest for the credit. Okay, whatever they earning, they have to give to the financier. Like a bank charter also very less. There is not enough bank in all rural areas. So emergency means they can able to get money. They're not able to get the money from the bank. Some of they have to go financier only. Financier can collect huge tax, huge interest. It also leads to the poverty of the reason for rural poverty, and lack of link road is not there from the link road facility is not there in the rural places. Like whatever they produce, they can't do marketing. They can export or import from one place to other place. Like a bus or any other facilities are not there from the rural, so they can able to sell the product in the market. It's also reason for the poverty. And absence of dynamic community leadership, like low level of economic education. Like community leadership dynamic means, you know very well, most of the panchayat leaders from the same family only, same caste only. Like a dominant person only always be a president. the panchayat leader or the councillor. So maybe the same family, like a wife or the husband or the children, they will be repeatedly come from the same family. So it also, there is not enough idea, enough education. So people also believe the same person they give vote. When that is the also reason for the, if the family community, even the same family members have enough idea, enough knowledge, he developed the village means okay, but he not develop doing only corruption, not supporting for development means that type of leadership come again and again, it also leads to the poverty and intra-caste conflicts, caste violence, religious violence also more in the rural places. Like this, there are number of causes is there for the rural poverty. And preventive measures, what we can do to control the rural poverty, strengthening the credit and providing the cheap power supply like a free electricity to the farmers, activating number of cooperative sectors like a milk cooperatives, sugar cooperatives, cooperative banks, something we have to start from the rural area. It also help to control the rural poverty, and making allocation of all the programs to reach the village properly through Panchayat Raj, through Panchayat leader. That things we have to monitor, then we can able to solve the rural poverty. Like this, we can do some other things also, like developing the resources by focusing education, health, skill programs, all those things, creating the social awareness, improving the animal husbandry, activating the Panchayat leaders, Panchayat education, all those things, and activating more NGOs in rural places. So when we introduce these are strategy, then we can able to control the rural poverty. Okay, so this is generally rural poverty, rural type of things. Okay, so we go general poverty alleviation. So we already discussed how many types, how many reasons are there for the causes are there for the poverty. So now we go what we can do to alleviate the poverty, to eradicate the poverty from our India. We have 4 important steps by the government side to alleviate the poverty. First one, fire plans, nationalization, 20-point programs, and other schemes from the government side. Maybe we have a number of poverty related program is there to control the poverty. Okay. So first one, 20-point fire programs. So fire programs, you know, every 5 year government introduce the policy, and they have to do the budget allocation. They have to spend money for the state, for the policy, for the programs. That things is there from the government side. But now the fire policy idea stopped, and we have the new idea called the Nidhi Aayog. Okay, so Congress government only introduced the fire plans. First fire plans introduced by the Nehru, former Prime Minister Nehru. So in 1952, 1951 to 56, that is the first fire plan launched by the Nehru. After that, when there is a political emergency, political instability, we are not able to continue the fire plans regularly, like death of the Nehru and death of the Indira Gandhi, again death of the Rajiv Gandhi, and again the political instability. Some government got changed immediately within a year, within 2 years. So that things happened continuously. So the fire plans not help for that development. So after that only, when Modi government took the step in 2014, then he planned to stop the fire plan idea. He introduced the new program, new plan for fund allocation, for budget or the policy, all those things that called it Nidhi Aayog. Now Nidhi Aayog only doing the step for distribution of fund, allocating the fund, all those things. Okay, this is one level for the poverty alleviating. Okay, so first fire plan introduced 1951 to 56. They focus in different sectors like irrigation, agricultural, transport, industry, like this different sector they focused. and the expected growth rate is 2.1, and but they achieved 3.6. So whatever they expected, they achieved more. That also is success of the first 5-year plan. And second 5-year plan also, again the focused number of industry, education, all those things. Again they achieved with the help of the second 5-year plans. But in third 5-year plan, unexpected things happen. We have a war with China. So Chino-Indian War happened 1962. That time, government has to spend a lot for the war field. So they're not able to spend for the policy and programs. So that time, whatever policy they introduce, it not run, it not reach the people, it not implement properly. And again, 1965 to 66, we have war with Pakistan. Again, we have to spend a lot for the war field. Again, not for development. Again, we have the severe loss because number of places they have to spend in the China and the Pakistan war. So the money utilized in the war, the army or the war field. So we are able to achieve the target. So third 5-year plan, we got failures because of the unexpected things happen. But we constructed some dams, we constructed some of the cement fertilizer plants also. Somehow we managed, but whatever they expected, the things did not happen. Okay. After that, the fourth 5-year plan, after that the Nehru died, Indira Gandhi took the step. Indira Gandhi was the prime minister. Then she introduced the fourth 5-year plan, and she made number of things. And fourth 5-year plan also again did not achieve the target because of in fourth 5-year plan again we have the issue with Pakistan. 1971 we have war with Pakistan, and Indira Gandhi supported the Bangladesh Liberation War, and also Indira Gandhi planned to test the Pokhran, the Smiling Buddha Pokhran nuclear test. There's number of unexpected things happen, so government spend a lot for that field also. Again, the target will not achieve. Our fixed target is 5.6, but you achieve only 3.3 only. So again, the failure things happen in fourth 5-year plan. And after that, she introduced the emergency. In emergency time only, she made number of steps for the development because unexpected things happen. So she can able to tolerate the failures. So she introduced the emergency time. She introduced some steps for the development. That is the nationalization, 20-point programs, minimum needs programs, like these new things introduced by the Indira Gandhi. Okay, nationalization means whenever like that time only we have the private banks. Now we have number of public banks like Indian Bank, City, like SBI, State Bank of India. Like we have number of public bank is Central Bank of India, Bank of India. Like we have number of public bank is there. So now public bank used to help for the people like middle class or the farmers. But initially all banks are private banks. Okay, the private banks are not ready to help the farmers, not ready to help the agricultures. Private banks not come under the government. Whatever government tells, the private banks not follow. That things happen. So Indira Gandhi decided to nationalize the bank. That is, Indira Gandhi decided to adopt the all private banks into the public bank. So there is no private bank concept. Every bank has to follow the government order. So she introduced the nationalized bank. That time only all banks are nationalized. That time automatically after the nationalized, after the public bank, they have to follow the Reserve Bank of India. They have to follow the Prime Minister order. So that time they used to give the loan to the people, to the needy people, those who need the things. They used to help. That things happen. So the through nationalization, the banks into the government bank, as well as the number of company also, like the coal mine sector, like a KGF movie, you know, That time there is a private ownership mind, there is a private ownership coil, all those things. That time she used to adopt all the private ownership based minerals or the mines, all those things, and government run the company. That things happen. It also help to reduce the poverty, and also some of the company plan to close, plan to stop the production. That time those who are working in the company, they may face the uh, job, they may lose their job, they may face the poverty, all those things. If that time government adopt the company, government run the company, that things also happen. Okay, so like number of companies, like a steel company, number of companies are adopted, government adopted and government run the company to stop the poverty, to stop the unemployment. So these are the steps. That is the nationalization. So that is the big step by the Indira Gandhi. It also helped to reduce the poverty. And also she introduced the 20-point program, minimum needs programs. So she had to focus, she introduced the 20 ideas for the policy and programs. So whatever government, whenever the government going to introduce the new policy, new programs, they have to focus any one idea of the following, like 20 different topics she mentioned. After that, Indira Gandhi died. Then newly Morarji Desai was the government. A new government not able to maintain. So they new government not introduce the 5-year plans because of political instability. Morarji Desai introduced the uh, rolling plan, like the 1 year plan only, because of they used to decide the communist Congress leader or the next Congress leader. So it took some time. So it happened. So after that, there is no 5-year plans. After the 5th 5-year plan, we have rolling plan only. And then after that, Janata Party took the government. So after the Congress kind of things, Janata Party took the steps. Janata Party run the government. So Janata Party also not follow the things properly, 5-year plans, all those things. It happened. They not continue the things. Okay, so after that, the 6th 5-year plan happened. Again, we have a number of unexpected things happen. That time only we use the NABARD only. All the agricultural cooperative banks are under the NABARD. They used to help for the farmers. All those things that happen. And 7th 5-year plan, Rajiv Gandhi, the things, Rajiv Gandhi Prime Minister, and Rajiv Gandhi also made a number of steps for the development. Again, we implemented, but we not achieve the target. It happened. And the annual 5-year plan 8, and Narasimha Rao, after the Rajiv Gandhi, Narasimha Rao. So again, we have other new 5-year plan, the 8th, 9th, like this. It happened continuously. Okay, so the last 5-year plan which we completed is 12th. 12 5-year plans we completed. After that, 2014. Prime Minister Narendra Modi took the step. Narendra Modi was the took the charge. Then he not interested to follow the 5-year plan idea. He cancelled the 5-year plans. He introduced the Nidhi Aayog. So Nidhi Aayog means it is every year, not like a 5-year based. Every year we can introduce new things. Every year we can do the budget allocation, because 5 years means anything happen, anything unexpected things happen. So we can't able to achieve the target. So let me fix the target in every year, like this idea Narendra Modi introduced. The same idea introduced by the other Janata Party prime ministers, like Party Prime Minister. This annual plan introduced in 19 to 1960 time. Somebody as the Prime Minister. Okay, so again, same idea introduced by the Narendra Modi. That is a annual plan. The name of Nidhi Aayog. Okay, so every year the Commission Nidhi Aayog will plan about the development, will fix the target and work for that things happen. Like this somehow better, good also. because of, see, unexpected things happen. Recently we have the COVID, unexpected things happen. So if you fix the target for 5 years, unexpected things happen means we have to spend a lot for the COVID, then we can able to achieve the whole 5 years we may waste, we're not able to achieve something. So each and every year means any year anything happen, then we can able to achieve, we can able to manage somehow. So that is only introduce the Niti Aayog, we cancel the 5-year plan. The last, Montang Singh Ahluwalia, he was a planning commission that time. After he resigned the post, he didn't want to be a Niti Aayog. Now, the commissioner of Niti Aayog is the Prime Minister. Now, deputy commissioner of the Niti Aayog is Rajiv Kumar. I think he is the deputy chairman of the Niti Aayog. The chairman of the Niti Aayog is Prime Minister. He only can approved or allocate or considered for the budget allocation of this. Okay, so these are the history. Each and every 5 year, each and every year, okay, through Niti Aayog, through 5-year plans, we allot the budget. We spend a lot for the policy schemes for the people to reduce the poverty. That things happen. This is the just poverty alleviation programs from the government. Next one, nationalization. As I told you, I explained already. So government adopt the company, government adopt the bank, government adopt the mines, government adopt the industry run by the government. It help to stop the unemployment and to help for the credit system to give credit to the farmers. That things happen through nationalization. It is somehow helpful for the poverty alleviation. And 20-point programs, 1975, Indira Gandhi introduced the 20-point programs. So it major 5 points she fixed in that. That is the controlling of inflation, giving incentive for production, welfare of the rural population, lending help to the urban middle classes, and controlling income and social crimes. So these are the 5 important goals she fixed in the 20 points, and she made the programs. Okay. So 20-point program means whatever policy the government going to introduce, government going to launch, at least any one of these following 20 points they have to focus, they have to give importance for that. That is the 20 points, as well as the minimum needs programs also. Again, after that, Rajiv Gandhi, after the Janata Party when they took, they not considered for 20 points. Now the 20 points minimum needs programs are now totally changed, new name. Okay, so these are the 20 points on our minimum needs program, a 20-point program. It's increase of irrigation facilities, increase in the production program for rural employment, distribution of surplus land, minimum wages to landless laborers, rehabilitation of bonded laborer, development of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, growth of housing facilities, increasing power production, family planning, tree plantations, extension of primary health facilities, programs for the welfare of women and children, increase in primary education, strengthening of distribution system, simplification of industrial policies, control of black money, betterment of drinking water facilities, developing internal resources, etc. Like this, we have a number of minimum 20-point programs she introduced. Okay. Now also our Prime Minister Modi introducing new programs. Like the same only, somehow similar to this for the poverty alleviation. Okay. And other than that, we have other number of policy from the state government, central government. We have number of new policy also there, like socio-economic programs 1958 introduced, and they used to identify the people and used to support for that. And the drought-prone area program, wherever there is a severe drought things happen means government select the area and they have to spend something for the people. That is the drought-prone area program. National Rural Employment Program. So the first step for the recently we have the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is 100-day employment guarantee program. Okay, this is the first step. So that time there is no money for the laborers, but they can get the food. They have to come for the job whatever they're working, they can get the food from the government, like midday meals, some meals they used to provide. Okay, because that time severe famine, there is no enough food for the people. At least for the food they used to work for the government. That is a national rural employment program. It's also control of poverty and TRISOM. So training for rural youth and self-employed to identify the youth in the rural places and used to give the training to the people. Okay, now recently we have the program called Pradhan Mantri Vikal Vikas Yojana. Vishal, okay, I will tell you. I have this slide in the last. I will tell you. So Skill India, a skill development. They used to give this some skill training to the youth. When they learn the skill by the institute, by the training, and they can work, they can start the company, they can start the self-employment, all those things. The type of training institute, the training things also help for the rural power, rural elevation. An integrated rural development program to identify the people, and they used to give the voluntary activities, some self-employment training they used to give. The employment guarantee scheme, development of women and child in rural areas, employment and income generating training, come employment, come production units. They used to give the income training, they used to give the employment, and they can give the production units also. Everything government used to give. Once you join, we have to give government, you take care, give training, give job, and give the production also. Government used to buy the things from you. That type of things also made by the government to stop the poverty and set self-employment to educated unemployed youth. Training program is there. Self-employed training for the urban poorer and support to the training come employment program for women. Navagar Roger Yojana. Like this, rural landless employment guarantee. This is also first time introduced by the government side to develop the to reduce the poverty. Okay, so the Maharashtra government used to employment guarantee scheme to identify the people for the educated unemployed youth is there, means they used to give some kind of money, and they used to give the service like they used to identify they used to collect the tax from the rural, and they used to collect the tax, motor vehicles, irrigation holding, all those things. For example, in Andhra, recently after Jagan Mohan Reddy, in Andhra there is number of youth volunteers. So they used to give the old age pension to the door in every household. Like old age people wanted to travel, we have youth uneducated, unemployed youth is there. So they used to give help for the people introduced by the Andhra government. Same things by the Maharashtra government also. The youth can do some little bit services in the local places, and they can get some income from that. That way also help for the poverty. And the employment assurance scheme. So like 100-day employment scheme now we have. The initial time is the employment assurance scheme for 100 days. The one family they can work. And Swarna Jayanti Gram Sagar Yojana, Antyodaya program. So Antyodaya program, every state they used to identify every district they have to identify the 5 poorest families, and they have to give the support for them to develop the family. That way also Antyodaya. So each and every blocks or village, government can recommend, and they will decide, and they will give the subsidy, some loan, something to the 5 family to develop the lifestyle. That is Antyodaya program. Self-help groups. Now we have a number of self-help groups. Everywhere we have self-help groups. They can get the loan, they can get the subsidy from the government side. With the money they can invest, they can start the business, they help for the rural elevation, poverty elevation. And Javagar Gramin Samriddhi Yojana, National Employment Guarantee Act. So recently we have this Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, 100-day employment guarantee programs, old age pension, family budget, family benefit scheme, and also old age pension, without pension, disabled pension, number of pension scheme is there. So it also helps for the rural, for the poverty elevation. Maternity schemes also, like this Annapurna, midday meals, or Mannapurna for 10 kg rice to the old age people, to the each and every household. At least number of scheme is there from the government side, state and central government side, to elevate the poverty. Like Pradhan Mantri Gramin Awas Yojana,
Yes.
for household, you can get the loan from the government side for the build the own house. Rural as well, urban, both the place we have this ground, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. And Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana, that is the skill development. So number of board also you can see the board, shape of boards for a training institute for the youth. You can get some kind of training through this Kushal Vikas Yojana. With that they can learn something to help for the rural poverty elevation. And Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, so they can get the loan for the MSME sector. After that, they can develop the business with a minimum interest loan. Like this, we have number of steps. Not only these, even recently also we have number of other schemes. Like a farmers, each and every farmer's family, they can get 6,000 per year. At least recently in the COVID time, 2,000 they put in their account, and also under the Ujjwan Yojana, under the Ujjwan kind of things, Ujjala something. So sorry, the thing is Pradhan Mantri Ujjwan or something. Okay, 500 rupees for a woman account holders to pick something. Like this new programs introduced by the government to elevate the poverty. So these are some of the programs available from the government side for the poverty elevation. Okay, that's all. This is the things of poverty and poverty types, poverty elevation, all those things.